It's frozen. You hungry, buddy? Yes, you are. Good boy. Sure know how to wait. Come here. So Ghost is 8 months. Just turned 8 months. He's a Dogo Argentino. He weighed, last week I weighed him, he weighed 84 pounds. Or sorry, 87. So this week he's probably a little bit heavier than that. Fan is inside. I'll be giving him his food once Ghost is done eating. Ghost just devours these things. He eats them in about 20 minutes maybe at most. Depends on how frozen they are. Sometimes he eats them faster if it's kind of thawed out. The reason I freeze them is just because I make a lot for the 2 dogs, so it's easier for me to just keep them in a little freezer than inside the fridge, because that'd be 14 meals that I'd have to share the space with them, with my food. So I just bought a little freezer for them and I just put them in there. But I put it kind of like the lower settings though, because I don't want it too frozen. If it's too frozen, then I think it takes a little bit too long for them to eat. And if it's frozen too, like the fish doesn't smell as bad as if it's thawed out. When it's thawed out, it smells pretty awful. I mean, when it's like completely raw, like not being frozen, the fish does smell way worse. He's just like sliding it all over the place. He likes to do that a lot. Sometimes he carries it to like one specific spot and he just eats it there. I think Ghost isn't as proficient as eating the fish as, I mean the raw food in general, as Fen is. Fen will like hold it down and get like pieces out of it, like he'll bite it diagonally. Ghost always does this thing where he goes straight down into it. He's silly. That's kind of his way of eating it. But I've been feeding him raw food for a while now as well. So he knows how to eat it. It's not new to him. I guess that's just his method of doing it. Maybe he finds it easier, maybe not. I guess I'll explain what's in there too. This one has chicken breast, chicken quarter. It has chicken feet. It has ground beef, and it has fish as well, and a little bit of chicken liver. And I put blueberries in this one, but I don't think this week I put any other supplements. Yeah, this guy has really soft fur. He has really beat up fur because he's so white that like any little thing that they do to him, you can see like right there when they wrestle. He marks himself really bad right away. But other than that, that's just basically, I do add vegetables. I know some people don't like adding vegetables to the raw food, but I add spinach and pumpkin. I add a lot of pumpkin. I feel like it kind of helps with the way that they digest everything. If you're like me, you have a busy schedule, it kind of sucks because you don't have time to do all that stuff. You kind of just need to throw everything together and then freeze it. I mean, that's what I do. I don't even cut the chicken breast, but they don't seem to mind. He kind of just does that where he eats it. Even if it was frozen, I mean if it was chopped, he'd still do that, because I have chopped it before and he kind of just doesn't really see the difference. He just chews down at it. Fan is the one that is kind of aware of how to eat it. He kind of holds it with his paw, like right there. He would hold it with his paw and break it down. Ghost is just like throwing it all over the place, doing flips with it, trying to figure out like how to attack the beast. You can see the blueberries right there. They're frozen already. That's ground beef. That's the chicken. Hi, buddy. That's the chicken, the fish. Oh, my buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, buddy. We finally got to the bones. We got the chicken bone in there. So yeah, if you guys have any questions regarding what it's like owning a Dogo or a Blue Bay Shepherd Wolf Dog, go ahead and put them down below. If you guys have any questions of where I bought them, temperaments, you know, stuff like that, I'd be more than happy to answer them in a video like this. Sometimes it's kind of difficult coming up with like topics to talk about without being redundant. This is a really good dog though. He has a really nice temperament. I mean, as you can see, like, Dogos are said to be extremely aggressive and really mean dogs. You know, they kind of have, they're even banned in some countries. They're banned in apartments. You know, they have the same stigma behind them as pit bulls. But I mean, it's all about how you raise them, man. Like, it really is about how you raise them. And I've had Ghost since he was 2 months, so he's been with me 6 months already, half a year. And you kind of just grow a tight bond with them, and they trust you and they know how you act and how you feel. You know, I'm not, a lot of people think like, oh, you're not scared of them, like you have 2 big dogs and this and that, and I'm like, no, I'm not scared of my dogs. Like, I think that that's one of the biggest issues, is that people are afraid of the dogs that they own sometimes. You know, honestly, the bond that you have with your dogs really depends on the dog owner. You know, it all depends on you, and that's also going to reflect how they treat you and how they see you. You know, the better you treat them, the more trust they'll have in you. So that's the way I see things. I don't really have any experience in that field though, so you can take whatever I say with a grain of salt. You know, I'm only 24 years old. I just like to study. I like to study these type of things. You know, I think if you're interested in it, you should do it. So I guess I'll end the video here with Ghost finishing up his little fish. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments and I'll be sure to answer them. So thanks for watching.